Joey, existe um suposto problema para a defesa do Jesus romano, que seriam as supostas missões paulinas por volta da década de 50. Essa datação é atribuída por muitos estudiosos e, ao nosso ver, é de uma forma equivocada. A gente pensa assim porque nós temos 1 Tessalonicenses 2,16 e Romanos 11 se referindo diretamente à guerra dos judeus. Isso jogaria Paulo para depois de 70, já que ele está falando de um evento que já aconteceu. Paulo, em Romanos, assim como os evangelhos, manda o povo ser dócil com seus inimigos, Romanos 13, obedecer aos vossos inimigos, obedecer aos governantes, pagar impostos. Paulo segue Jesus. Tudo que ele fala é em uma perspectiva de um romano. Ele diz que até mente para se fazer de judeu. Ele afirma ser romano de nascimento em Atos 22, 28. Paulo manda um abraço especial da casa imperial de César, em Filipenses 4, 22. Ele está na casa de César, mandando um abraço para os santos. E, para mim, para nós, o pior de tudo, ele era supostamente um fariseu que vivia aos pés de Gamaliel, mas que não viu a crucificação de Jesus na festividade judaica. Portanto, quem é ou quem são esses Paulos? E como você encara essas questões de datação e ministério paulino por parte de alguns estudiosos?
Well, I just point out that Paul is a fictional character. He is given the sense of being historical because his letters describe his human suffering, and this is the sole reason that the Pauline literature is seen as historical. But the fact is the Roman scribes were very expert propagandists, and they knew how to create a believable fictional character. So even before I showed the typologic relationships between Paul and Domitian, I think for the reasons that you mentioned, you could understand Paul as fictional. I mean, a way that has not been understood that I think is easily understood by people, perhaps your audience will enjoy it, is that in the Gospels, you have Jesus being set up as a human Passover lamb. Now, he is a mirror of the original Passover lamb. His ministry, his crucifixion, which is to say the sacrifice of the Passover lamb of the new covenant that Jesus Christ represents, his sacrifice is at 33 Passover. Now, in the first Passover, you had the 40-year cycle. The Jews wandered in the wilderness for 40 years before they took possession of the promised land. So in the new covenant, or the second covenant that the Roman propagandists are creating, Jesus is sacrificed as a human Passover lamb on Passover 33. Now, 40 years to the day is the conclusion of the Roman-Jewish war with the fall of Masada, at which point Rome took complete possession of Judea. So the first covenant, the events of it were used as a mirror by Christianity, right, in creating the second covenant. Now, therefore, the Pauline literature had to have been written after the war, not just for the reasons you mentioned, but because Paul focuses so much on Jesus as a Passover lamb, a Passover. You can't create the concept of a Passover lamb before the Roman-Jewish war, because you have to have the 40-year cycle from when Jesus is supposedly sacrificed to a conclusion of something to create a 40-year cycle. So since it's clear that the 40-year cycle concluded with the fall of Masada, the concept of a human Passover lamb had to have been invented after that date, because you can only do that by back calculating the 40 years. So therefore, afterwards, it was written following the fall of the of Masada, and therefore, since this shows that that the literature is fictional, that the dating that Paul gives is fictional, and therefore we should think that all of the literature is in fact coming from the same perspective. They're just writing propaganda. They're not writing history.
Multiversal Flaviana.
O Novo Testamento
Em seu verdadeiro contexto.